These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Frank 26. In my opinion, the IMF gave them certain criteria to accomplish in the month of July, and they did. From July 31st to the end of this month, I'm looking for what these recently released Dinar videos are talking about. I'm looking for a new exchange rate and a reinstituted currency in the country of Iraq. Pippi says a video that was just released in which somebody was talking about the rate change to the Iraqi dinar. There's a lot of suckers. They jump the gun way too quick. Nobody ever said that the rate change took place. What they said is there's talk of a rate change, that you should start to see the value of the Iraqi dinar increase, and I agree full-heartedly. Sampson article, quote, the Central Bank of Iraq is the first in the world to buy gold in 2022. Quote, the Iraqi bank bought 34 tons of gold. This is the first increase in gold reserves by the Central Bank of Iraq since it purchased 7 tons in 2018. The Bank of Iraq now owns 130 tons of gold. Mark Z via PDK from Iraq. Al-Amiri waits and the leaders of the movement, and there is no meeting until after these conditions. The important part in this article is they are meeting around the clock now. The leaders are meeting at their own homes to pound this out. I think that is pretty important. Even more important, and my finance minister contacts have been telling me this as well from the last few months, Mountain Goat picked up on this as well. We do not have to see them set the government. We just need to see them making progress so the Minister of Finance and the CBI have the confidence to move forward. That's why all the meetings in the last 36 hours are so important. The conversation on the streets is about the rate change, and there is more talk from Kazemi and friends regarding the change of that rate. So I do believe we are right here on the cusp of this thing happening. We are pushing towards the finish line. We are measurably closer than we ever have been in this journey. Militiaman article, quote, the coordination framework announces its support for holding early elections under conditions. Militiaman says disillusion is gaining considerable popularity and there is strong demand to get the corrupt accounted for. Saturn knows that the U.S. and others know where the money is. The citizens know that to be true now. They told us years ago they were working to end this, and that end looks to be within days now. Walking Stick via Frank 26, the closed-door meetings with the CBI/AMF are strong signs that the monetary reforms continue its forward progress internationally. Tivon says you can see why some would assume there's a long way to go because it appears we are waiting on things being settled between what powers will run the country in the new government, but Al-Kazemi is in position to implement everything for the interim period as a transitional authority who will use EFSL to enact the oil and gas law since he will now have full legislative authority. The citizens do not want a new government, they want purchasing power. Frank 26, will they float the dinar like the hot rumor that's out there in the internet right now? I don't know. They had an auction last week. In my opinion, a float cannot occur during an auction week. Pimpy says, I started hearing rumors of people going, yeah, they changed the rate, they just haven't announced it to the public yet. And Pimpy said, I was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Let's say they went ahead and they made the change privately and then somehow got out publicly. What's to keep everybody and their mom from rushing out and buying more Iraqi dinar because they knew the rate change took place? That's why I know it's BS. It makes no sense whatsoever. And lastly, Mountain Goat said, I get some questions on the VND, the Vietnam Dong, as it will RV along with the IQD Iraqi dinar. Mountain Goat says, I'll give you a short answer to this. Maybe the Vietnam War has been over for about 50 years and they still have their downgraded currency and larger 3-0 notes. Maybe it's time to bring them to the standard of Western currency. We can see there's no hurry to change these notes, at least not what they are saying. We do also see a higher VND rate, 47 cents to $2 in the QFS staged to go at some point, so something is up and this is a good sign.